Hello there, this is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, winging it on Wednesday. I chose, because I have one in stock here, the Sweet Symmetry Monkey Cut Kit. It is on page, it's in from the annual catalog if you want to see the stamp set, and it's a bundle. It's one of the least expensive bundles that you can put together, and so I initially didn't have, hello Cheryl, I initially did not purchase the stamp set. However, I love it because it's one of the stamp sets that's easy to use. The flowers are separate from the leaves, right? So you don't have to like color the stamp with your markers or that kind of stuff. And so it makes it much easier and faster. You don't have to do any coloring. So the people who don't want to color as much, this is a great set for you. It is, I think, $29.50 for the bundle. It comes with the stamp set and a punch, a border punch. So that's what we're going to play with today. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I initially bought the paper first because I totally love the paper and I've used it a lot in my classes, but I think I haven't played with this kit in a while. So let's get started. I'm going to turn the camera around, so if this bothers you, close your eyes. We're going to go for a little ride here. Here we go. So here is my Sweet Symmetry kit. So this is what your kit would include: a half a pack of the DSP cut and ready to go, 2 each of 6 different colors cut and scored, 8 sheets of white cut and ready to use, 1 yard of 3 different ribbons, 1 whole package of rhinestones, and 10 envelopes. The cardstock that comes with it is Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Flirty Flamingo, Just Jade, Night of Navy, and Heavy White. So there we go, for $35. So such a deal. Let's open this up and get started. So I haven't opened it in a while, so let's see what we're going to find in here. So here's my rhinestones. Here's my ribbon. So the Just Jade, the Blushing Bride, and then I love this gingham ribbon, the yellow Bumblebee. So here's my DSP. Here are my envelopes and my bases, card bases. Here's for all the layering. And then here are the white sheets cut and ready to go here. So let's move this out of the way. Not sure what we're going to do. This is the stamp set in Symmetry. The paper is called Sweet Symmetry, but you can get this, like I said, as a bundle. There we go. So it's not, hi Linda. You can get this as a bundle, and there we go, kind of trying to shine it. Hello, Kathy. It's a great set. Like I said, I love the words. I love in fact, I wonder if some of these I'm using. Okay, they're out. I've used them for something else. So I had a project I was working on, and I'll show you a little quick fun thing that I did with this particular set here. So, okay, let's get started. First, I'm going to show you this one little trick. So I don't know that I'll make a complete, I just want to show you, if you go down to Mardi Gras, I'm excited because we have in August, we're supposed to go to New Orleans. I love New Orleans. When I was younger, I went with my mom and dad and 2 of my sisters. We went down to Louisiana for a family wedding, and my dad took us to New Orleans. We stayed in the French Quarter one night, but I remember it forever. I have a painting that I bought out on the area there, and it was just like, but so thinking of New Orleans and Mardi Gras, I'm just going to show you a quick little something here. I'll just put it on here, just scrap paper. I won't do a card with it, but I want to show you a trick with this particular stamp set. So I was like, I had to make up a mask, right, for a project. So how do you make a mask up? What does Mardi Gras mean? The colors that you use and the items that you use. So you needed a mask. So this is what I came up with from this stamp set. I'll show you. Pretty cool. Let me get, let's see here. This, I need one more piece here. I'm just going to do this real quick, and then I'll get on to making a real card, but this was a fun little project. You know, we used to do a lot of punch art. You know, they would talk about punch art. Well, this is similar. Let me grab my... To do this one, though, I have a little punch that's retired now. I don't even know what set it was for, but I had it in my stock here. So, so okay, I had to make up a Mardi Gras project. And so I wanted to do the mask because that's what you see all over. Well, I don't have a stamp that says that does that. So this is what I did. I did this. So I took Highland Heather. Mardi Gras is so, you know, like certain colors, right, that you use always. So Highland Heather, and I took this small flower and stamped it here. I just stamped it. Then I took Gorgeous Grape here and stamped it like here. Gorgeous Grape. Then I took the stem here, put it like this. Ta-da. Then I took, let's see here, I took a dark, so this is rich razzleberry, but I took the dark razzleberry and I just kind of colored this in a bit. Just so this is the eyepiece, right, for your mask. I wanted to bring green into it, the Granny Apple Green. So I have the dark Granny Apple Green. So I put some here, coloring in these little openings here, like that. Then I took my little silly punch that I kept around forever, and it has a nice little oval piece. There we go. Ta-da. There's my oval piece. And I took my, let's hope my glue comes out here. I just put a little touch of glue, maybe. Here, I have to poke the bear. I have to poke my glue here. Let me get this. There we go. My little poker. There we go. Okay. I want a little touch of glue here. There. Then I use my pickup tool. And I put this here. I gotta move this down a little bit, get it in the right place. There, kind of cat eyes, sort of like cat eyes. Put that there. And then I did add some jewels to it. I put some jewels on either end. I put a big jewel here. The if you purchased the Eden's Garden, the jewels that are no longer, but but I have one here. That's what I put on the center here. I put it here. One big jewel, because you have to have something sparkly for Mardi Gras. There we go. So I did that. Ta-da! So that was my Mardi Gras mask. What do you think? So if you have to do a Mardi Gras card, there you go. I thought it was kind of a fun mask. So that has nothing to do with what I'm going to do today, but I thought it was fun. So little extra bonus, how to make a Mardi Gras mask from Symmetry stamp set. So put this away. Now let's get down to business. Now I have to do a little more thinking because that was something I already had in my on my mind that I had done. So here we go. Now we'll get started with the colors and something real. So generally I start out on Wednesdays with a piece of DSP or whatever I want to do for that. So I have them all cut and ready, but let's see what I have in here. I'm just going to pull a bunch out because you have different sizes, and I've used this before. So I have some things that are here, some things that are missing. See how much I have of each thing. So all these beautiful colors. That's one of the things I like that I love about this paper is that it's kind of a small pattern too. So a nice variety of colors. I mean, you have Flirty Flamingo, you have Calypso Coral, Night of Navy, Bumblebee, Just Jade. Just a nice variety of colors and patterns. That's lovely. I've used this one a lot. Excuse me, I have a cough. It just came up. It was not here before. Here we go. So there's some more. And your paper is cut both ways. So you're going to have a piece going both ways, which is really nice. I love this one. I've used that a lot, and we actually have an embossing folder that has that similar pattern on it. So let's see, what should we do? I really like this one. I love this paper. It's bright and cheery. I'm trying to do bright, cheery things here of late. I've felt the need for cheery things. There we go. We could do that, putting those together instead of using just a big piece. So let me put this on the side here. Well, that's kind of nice with it. What's on the back side of this one? The dark. I wonder if I have another piece like that. If I haven't used it before. Let's see here. I'm just looking for something. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. I like that with it. Okay. So on Wednesdays, this is what I do. I putz. Don't know what I'm going to do. I just kind of start out pulling out DSP, which is Designer Series paper. If you're new to stamping, well, my first meeting I went to after becoming a demonstrator, I was like, this is never going to work because I don't have a clue what those people are talking about. I didn't know what anything meant, all these abbreviations that they used, and I felt so lost. So I don't want you to feel that way. It's all it's all Greek to me. I didn't know what they were saying. I just said to my husband, this is not going to work. Well, it has, and it's stuck. I'm very happy. I'm very lucky to be doing what I do. Now, I'm thinking, let's see what kind of paper I have left in here. Because I'm looking now for my layering. I layer everything. That's just one of my favorite things. So I'm thinking I would go with the Just Jade. I need two because one for the inside. So if this goes here, like that, and that goes on the outside. Now I could do either Bumblebee for the base of the card or the Calypso Coral and bring that in. And I'm kind of leaning towards that, but let's pull both of them out and take a look. So here is Bumblebee, and then here is Calypso Coral. So, and depending on what you use, that's what color, just it'll pull that color out. So here's this one, simple choice, right? Look at how it looks with the yellow, with the Bumblebee. There we go. So it would kind of look like that. Okay, that's nice. But I really like the Calypso Coral in there. And I want to pull that out a little bit more. Now I could do that just with stamping with the words or whatever, but just for fun, let's put Calypso Coral behind here and you'll see how it changes. So here's view number one. Here we go. Move this off to the side. Whoops, move the whole paper. Oh my goodness sakes, I'm so sorry. I do it every time. Ta-da. Here's view number two. So which one? Which one do you like the best? View number one or view number two? I can probably sneak this underneath here. Maybe. And then you can look. Ta-da. So do you like it with the Calypso Coral or do you like it with the Bumblebee? I like So if y'all, does anybody have an opinion on this? You can write it. When I stand up, I can see who's talking. I like the pop of color. So I would tend to go with the Calypso Coral. A little bit bright. This is all in the background. You have the bumblebee both ways, but I like this, the Calypso Coral with it. So without any further chatting, I'm just going to go with that one. I'm going to go with the Calypso Coral. All right, now I am going to, what do we want to put on this card? This one, I love the font. It's just happy and friendly. But besides just a word, I do like the flowers here. So this one matches on there. So maybe we want to put, do a flower here in the Calypso Coral maybe. So I have blocks here. Here we go. Let me put a block out here. And my Calypso Coral, I pulled out my ink pads already, so I had them. My bumblebee is being used in class, so if I use bumblebee, I have to use a spot, which works just fine. So here's this. I'm going to put this off to the side for a minute. This is going to go over here, and we're going to stamp here. So if I do my flower in Calypso Coral, now there are no dies for this. There's only a punch, so that this would be cut out, but we can do that. Not so bad. So here we go. I'm going to do a flower. And we'll have to decide what we want to do with this. So I'm just going to... Now, I have done cards where you stamp both of them, and you stamp it kind of overlapping, and you can have, you know, like a full-size flower, not a half like this. And that works really good, too. But on this one, we're going to go sort of like that. So we're going to do that one. And for the leaves, we'll do the bigger set of leaves, I guess. I'm going to put that in Just Jade, since that is what we're looking at here. All the coloring, the green here. I never know how this is going to turn out. I'm always hopeful. So just kind of bear with me here and see what we're going to do. Because it's all just kind of, I don't have anything in my head, literally. I'm kind of blank. Okay, so if we do that, let me just cut this out real quick and decide how we want to put this. Now, when you're cutting them out, I like to, you can either cut it like right next to the color or have a little bit of white showing, which is usually how the punches and dies work. You usually have just a little bit of white on the edges. So that's how I'm going to cut this out, with just a little bit of white showing here. Lots of just half moons here, circles, ovals. I guess it would be an oval, wouldn't it? So we had class this morning and we have class this afternoon. So I was busy this morning cutting more cards for class. So they have more cards to do, different options. We currently have 30 cards on the table. So they have a lot to choose from. 30 different cards to choose from in the buffet. So it's kind of fun, which makes it easier for me because I'm using more of my, I'm using a lot more of my stamp sets. I'm like everybody else. You buy them thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to use that, and then you don't. Well, if I have a class that I'm getting ready for and I want to have a lot of different options for people, it just gives me the opportunity to play with more sets. We used to run a class where we would do, like, you came and you would do 4 cards. I'd have 4 cards set out, and that's what you did, and we were all done. But not everybody wants the same 4 cards. And so my upline, Sarah Schuler, helped me out and said, listen, this is what you need to do. And she was right. I love it. And my customers, my stampers that are coming to stamp, love it too, I think, because everybody gets their choice and you don't have to wait, and it's just kind of fun. So if this goes here, this goes here, this goes over here. Now, does that have to have a stem or more leaves? I don't know. Okay, come on. I like to lay everything out and kind of get it in my mind's eye what I want to do. So that does have a stem that I used for the Mardi Gras mask. So I could use that. It's really narrow, thin. Or I could just use a piece of, Just Jade. So we have some of that here. And I think that what I'm going to do is just cut a real thin strip off of here. We have all these little pieces left over. And use that as my, now my ink looks darker than the ink of course looks darker than my cardstock. It will lighten up as it dries, but it may be a little bit lighter, depends on how much ink, right, that you have on. Oops, look what I did, but that'll be the back side. Okay, and I'm just going to do a little, I can cut this part way, I just need a little one here. Well, go a little longer. Just kind of putzing with it. I love our cutters, so I can just lay that there, hold it down, and when I have a small piece like this that is not being anchored by the side, I just I always cut towards it with it back up against the edge of the cutter, so it's not running away from you. There we go. Okay, so this could go under here. Create a little stem for me, and I might have to do some more leaves so it doesn't look wonky. There, that could go there. This can go here. This can go here, and then we can have some words coming out from there. So I think we'll do another set of leaves. There we go. Yeah. I think we're going to do another set of leaves because this has 3. So if I want to kind of mimic it, I could do that. This is super fast. I'm making a mess. Here we go. I'm just going to do some more. This little whale tail. I thought this would be a perfect fish tail too. Everything can be something else, right? I learned that when we would do punch art. You look at the way you look at it, everything can be a little something different. Here we go. I'm just going to cut this out fast. There. A lot of times when I do these, I just strictly use the designer paper, you know, because that's what you have. So if you're on the go and you want to create something with just the paper, you can do that. And then add your verses in the inside of your card later. But today I thought I'm going to play with the stamp set. It's a fun set. And I wanted to show you the mask. My little weirdo stuff that I do sometimes. Like, where did that come from? I don't know. Here we go. Go down and up. This also could be a big mustache. If you were making one of those, look, that could be a mustache. Those gnome guys, don't they have, little gnomes have a mustache? So they have 2 sets of these. You could use the smaller one, depending on the size of your gnome. And then filling it in. So this has all the little, it has the little veining for the leaf, but all you'd have to do is fill it in with a blend. With your color or a marker, whichever you have. I've been having so much fun with the new blends. There we go. Okay. All right. Now we're going to start chopping this up and putting it together. Whoopsie daisy. I'm going to just cut this off a little bit to make it fit here. So here we go. there. And let's see here, what is this one? That's 2. I'm gonna cut this one off. Let's see here, 1 3/4. I'm gonna shorten it up a little. And there, I've got another piece. And 5. Okay. All right, let's get gluing. See what we can do here. See what happens before my class comes in. Okay, I'm gonna put the bottom one on first in case it overlaps. I'll overlap it the other way. I want a little more of this one showing. I'm going to give this a little border like that. There we go. Try to get it even. Okay. Then this piece. Look at the pretty Flirty Flamingo on this side. Flirty Flamingo is my favorite color to use for cheeks. The light Flirty Flamingo I use all the time on anything that has cheeks or ears. The animals, people. Flirty Flamingo is my go-to color for cheeks and ears. There we go. Okay, now let's put this one here. I do like this on there. So 3 different pieces of the designer paper on here. There we go. Ta-da, ta-da. There. Okay, now we have to figure out this flower. So if I put my stem here, you got to move it over, I guess, because the flower is sort of big. And I put my flower here. Come on. All right. Here's some of my leaves. So if I do 1, stay. I'm shaking, and then it moves around on me. 2, 3, that might be too many. Even though it matches up there, but I don't know. That looks like too many to me. We can always cut the stem down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna say, hey friend. I'm gonna pull out some more of the white here. In the olden days when we did this, I talked about this before, we had these all in like a little box, but now everything comes in these nice clear bags, which is I love that. I love the clear bags. So I can see what's in it. I can do whatever I want with it. We're gonna say, hey friend. We're gonna do a friend card. Another friend card. That's what I put out on the buffet today. A couple of friend cards. But I think we're going to do the words in the Calypso Coral. I might end up cutting this a little bit. There we go. Because I want this just to come out right there. So I'm going to cut this. I know some people fussy cut. I fussy cut the flowers and that kind of stuff. I'm not good at fussy cutting straight lines. I don't know. It's just... I would rather just pull my cutter up here and putz with it. So if this goes under here, that could go on there actually. This can go here. We can do a little whale tail on here. So you cut down the center and then from the point to the top of the slice that you just put in. There we go. Let's glue this together. I'm not going to put glue on the very end of this in case I decide to snip it off. Some of this. I can't even touch it here. There we go. Okay. So we'll put our stem. I have to see how far it can go over. This could overlap a little bit, but there we go. Put our stem right here. There. Did I get it straight? Okay. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's bump up the flowers, of course. Here we have all my little ends here. I use all of my See how I cut all the edges, which works out really good with something like this because I can put this right up into the petal and get a good coverage here. There we go. And another one. I'll put one there. Okay. Whoops. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's put our flower here. There. Now, if we do 2, now that everything's anchored, it's a little bit easier to work with, right? And my little hey friend goes right over here. Maybe I have to cut this closer and do it kind of not have one end flat, have it both whale tail both ends here. Let's see how that turns out. And right in the center a little bit. There is a punch for this, which I talk about all the time. It's in a bucket. It's being used in class right now, so I don't have it right at my fingertips. I'm going to put that there. Put this here. And I think, there we go. That's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to put some diamonds in here since we have a whole thing of rhinestones. We're going to put that in. We're going to pop this up. I think my leaves I'm going to pop up too. As long as my base is solid. I'm just going to put a little dimensionals on here and on the words. Going for these straight pieces for the leaves. Let's see here. This one wants to pull off the paper here on the back side. Come on. There we go. All right. That one is here. Did I pull that off? No. Oh my goodness. So when you use dimensionals, always remember to pull the other paper off the back. It works so much better if they're both, if the sticky side is exposed on both. There we go. Okay, this one's gonna go right here. And then this guy is gonna pop up right here. Come on. That side doesn't want to work for me. There we go. Okay. Part of the paper stuck to it here, so I'm just pulling off the back there. This one we might have to cut there. Okie dokie. Here we go. Hey, friend. Center that. So I'm getting kind of even borders all the way around here. There. Ta-da, ta-da. I like that. Okay, let's get some jewels on it. Make it pretty. Make it sparkle a little bit so we can go with a bigger one at the base. And then we'll put some little ones. I love the little tiny ones. We're going to put those right in here. We're going to make it really sparkly. The more the merrier here on this little sparkle flower. There. One more. There. Ta-da! Hey, friend. I might even put little ones right here on either side of my verse here. I've got a whole pack. I can use them up. Put a lot on. Kind of draws your eye down. Okay, then it's going to go on the Calypso Coral base. Ta-da! Sparkly flower. There we go. Now I have that extra leaf I cut out. So I'm feeling the need to use that inside because I don't want to waste it after cutting it out. There we go, like that. Okay, that's my inside, or my outside. Here's the inside. And we are going to say, thanks so much. No, you are perfectly unique. That's what we're going to use. You are perfectly unique. You have one of those unique friends. Like, how could she get much cooler? I know some people like that. I am surrounded by them every day, thinking, wow. Okay, let's get it on straight. There we go. Okay. And again, Calypso Coral. So I'm going to put it up a little bit. There. And then I'm going to do another flower. I'm going to put this underneath here. So this is going to go here under my flower. So I'm going to put my flower pretty kind of tight in the corner here. There. Glue this down. I could pop it up, and sometimes I pop up little things in the inside, but we're not gonna today. We're just gonna put it like this. There. There. But we could do another diamond here, just in the center. Not all over, just in the center. I guess I didn't get that perfectly straight, but I guess it would be unique then. Why have it just perfect? It's a hand stamped card. There we go. So put it on my Just Jade base. The reason I am always layering is that the card feels balanced to me. If I have it layered on the front, I layer it, and I always layer it, and then I would have it layered on the inside. So when you open the card, it feels balanced. There we go. And I know a lot of people don't do that. It's just one of my little things. It's okay. There. Ta-da. So there's today's card. Hey friend, pretty sparkly. Even without using any ribbon, it's pretty sparkly. You are perfectly unique. So there we go. That's it. Okay, I am going to turn the camera around. Hi Susan, do you like it? Yeah, I have to layer the inside. It's just, and it's funny because when we go to, we've had some different get-togethers. I can always tell my people always layer the inside. They're like, I have to. That's how Cheryl taught us. I'm like, yeah, layer it. So you can layer it. Yes, you're using more cardstock, but remember that if you're cutting something out, even if you weren't cutting something out, you could cut something out of this jade here underneath there. You would never do that inside the card because you'd be writing on it and kind of fall into a divot. But on the outside, to get more bang out of your cardstock, you could cut an image out of there and then just have that separate and use it on a different card. So, yes, it does feel more sturdy. I love that. Well, I will play with this some more, and on Friday, I'll be back for Follow-Up Friday. And I'll show you some more cards. I do have one of these in stock, so it's $35. If you are interested in getting this, you can, let's see here, especially when I make alternatives. Yes, from the paper pumpkin kits. I chop those all up all the time, especially when they have nice envelopes that have print inside. You can go to stampingjourney.com and get signed up, and I can get that sent out to you. So thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. If you're on YouTube watching, don't forget to subscribe. We're up to 651 people. Wow, that's a lot. So I'm totally psyched about that. It's kind of fun. I watch the numbers. I watch to see how many people are watching on Facebook, how many people are watching on YouTube. It's just sort of a fun thing. What do other people do at night? I don't know. But that's what I do. I check my numbers. So thank you so much. Have a great day. We'll see you on Friday. Take care. Bye-bye. Oops, I can't get the button right. Bye-bye. Maybe.